What's going on, guys? Dalton here. Just wanted to touch base with you before we jumped into episode 80 of the PT Coffee Cast. The first thing I wanted to cover was giving you guys a big thank you for tuning in every week and supporting us. It really does mean the world to us, guys. Your feedback, your support, it keeps us going, keeps us putting out episodes. So thank you. If you're new to this podcast, welcome. We hope you enjoy this episode. And if you want to check out some of our other episodes, you can head over to iTunes, Spotify, or Google Podcasts to check those out. So for today, guys, we sat down with two people local to the London, Ontario area, which is where I currently live. We sat down with Gord and Cheri to talk about the amazing event that they put on in London called the 24 Hours of Heroes. 24 Hours of Heroes is a event that raises money for the Wounded Warriors Canada, which is a charity that aids veteran and first responders suffering from PTSD. And what this event is it's basically 24 hours of CrossFit hero workouts. So every hour there's one workout going on. People can participate in all of them if they want. They can participate in one. This year they're going to have teams. All the money they raise, they donate to Wounded Warriors Canada. So the reason why we wanted to have them on, one, we want to continue to bring people on here that are doing amazing things in the world, and we thought, why not have these guys on? It's great what they're doing. Second, we want to try to jump in and support them, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise some money and donate it to 24 Hours of Heroes. And how we're going to do that is we're going to reach out to you guys and ask for your support. If there's any time that you guys gotten value from us and you wanted to support us, this is the way to do it. We're going to start a page that's going to be linked in the show notes, in which you can donate whatever money you are able to donate to this cause. Thinking about it, guys, we have 38,000 followers on Instagram. If we got $1 donation from every single one of our followers, like, think about the money that we can make from that. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen. We know, it's hard to reach all the people that we follow, but even if half of those people donated $1, like, that's some really good money, guys. So we're calling on you to support us. If you've ever wanted to support us in any way, please, this is the way to do it. Donate what you can. The link's going to be in the show notes. Also, on top of that, guys, me and Will are going to do 4 of the 24 workouts. And you guys are going to be the ones that decide what ones we do. So coming closer to the date, we're going to post all of the workouts. You guys are going to vote on which ones you want Will and I to do. And we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to not die and suffer too much through these workouts. We both had the pleasure of participating in it last year, and it was really fun. So guys, again, if you want to support us in any way, please think about donating. We'd really appreciate it. It goes to a great cause. These guys are doing some really great things in the London, Ontario area, and hopefully if they continue to get growth, they can take it even farther. So 1, donate. 2, follow them on Instagram at 24 Hours of Heroes, and check out their website where you can donate directly to them. That'll be in the show notes. Guys, this was a fun episode, so grab your coffee, get sipping, and give it a listen. Cheers. Welcome to the Movement PT Coffee Cast, where we sit down and talk about physical therapy, health, and whatever else comes to mind during our coffee-infused conversations. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Movement PT Coffee Cast. My name's Dalton, and with me, as always, is my beautifully bearded friend, William. William, how are we doing today?
We're doing good.
How are you doing? I'm good, man. I'm happy. I'm excited. This podcast is one of my favorite things. We've talked to some pretty amazing people, and today we have 2 amazing people on our podcast today. We have Cheri and Gord. They are people that I know from the gym that I go to, Movement Strength. They also are putting on an amazing event called 24 Hours of Heroes, which is the purpose of this conversation. But before we get into that, I want to bring them on. Cheri and Gord, welcome to the PT Coffee Cast. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, guys. Pretty excited.
Yes. Before we get into it,
my first podcast.
It's the first podcast? Uh-oh.
My first podcast. It's a big moment in my day. Maybe in my life.
Gord's hitting milestones.
That's good.
We love breaking the first
podcast.
We'll
hit targets.
Yes. Before we get into it, guys, are we drinking some coffee? I know, Gord, we were talking earlier. You're drinking some. Cheri, I know you. Yes. Okay, so what are we drinking? Break it down.
So this is from Ojo Coffee. So Joe Ornato is a craft roaster just outside of Mount Bridges, Ontario. Carefully roasts and selects all his beans. And I think this is Mexico.
Nice.
So single origin from Mexico.
Nice.
I'm a coffee nut, so you're in my
I'm
wheelhouse.
well aware. I've been to your house, Cheri, and I've seen all of your apparatuses.
Yeah, I've had Ojo.
And this mug, go ahead, Will. What?
I've had Ojo coffee before, so
It's really good. Yeah. And then this mug is from a coffee shop in Sudbury called Salou.
Oh, it's nice. Cool. It looks like a handmade kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. It's by a local Sudbury potter. So I'm also a coffee nut and a pottery nut.
Those two things go well together.
Hand in hand.
They do.
Gord, what do you got?
Simple Black Rifle coffee, handmade mug here. You can see this lovely handcrafted tin mug from Black Rifle, one of our amazing sponsors. Matt Best out of the States started it, and now it's up into Canada. Tim Thomas out of Alberta runs Black Rifle Coffee. They're one of our sponsors. They keep sending us coffee. This is the Warrior's Heart blend.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's cool. It's a perfect fit for what you guys are doing.
Yep.
Okay, so why don't you just do this? Why don't you guys intro yourself? Just give, a little bit of background on like who you are and like what your role maybe is in the event for 24 Hours of Heroes, and then we'll start diving into the nitty-gritty of it. So, Gord, let us know a little bit about who you are.
Age before beauty, Gord.
Thanks, a lot of pressure here. So Gord Hicks joined the Canadian Forces 1988. Did tours in Bosnia and was in Gulf War in Kuwait in the early 90s. Released from the Army late 95. Started a construction company here in London, Ontario. Now I run a construction company. Started 24 Hours of Heroes in 2016.
Awesome.
Kind of me in a nutshell.
Cheri?
I am a mom of now 4. I have 3 teen and preteen girls and a 7-month-old son. So entering into a really unique stage of life, I think.
Yes.
Sounds very unique. Also,
yeah, it is
scary.
Yeah.
It's either, I've always said it's either crazy or brilliant.
There's
have a baby at this stage
between
of
the
life.
two of them, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
4 is a lot.
Wow. It's a lot of kids. It sure is. I'm also a CrossFit coach. I just finished my level 2 trainer certificate, so I'm a level 2 CrossFit trainer. It's pretty exciting. There's not many of us in the city, so it's kind of nice to have that badge. I'm currently on mat leave, but I was a coach at Movement Strength, and I met Gord at Hybrid when they did the first 24 Hours of Heroes event in 2016. And I think at that time I was coaching the 6 a.m. classes. And so I just went in super early and brought some brownies and some morale and team support and just kind of like cheered them on. But at that time, I don't know if we want to launch right into like the grassroots of this thing. So
let's do it.
At that time, Bob Van Halligan and Gord were the 2 that were doing the workouts. And it was just the 2 of them trading off every other hour, and some members of the gym would come in and join them and just kind of like provide moral support. And that was just nuts. It was like, guys, what are you doing? Like, you are going to break yourselves. This isn't going to have any kind of longevity.
It seemed like a good idea at the time, though, right? Conceptually, it was a great plan, I think.
Yeah, I think it's that fine line between crazy and brilliant, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you, before we go too deep, why don't you break it down like and talk exactly about like what 24 Hours of Heroes is? Like we obviously all know about it, but just for our listeners, give them a little context into it and like why you're doing it. I think that's one of the most important things of all this.
I'll give that one to Cheri. She's much more eloquent than I am in these parts.
So the event, kind of a 10,000 foot view of the event, is we are doing 24 hours of CrossFit style workouts, hero workouts specifically to honor a fallen veteran or service member. And the money that we raise doing these workouts goes to benefit Wounded Warriors of Canada, and they fund support programs for veterans and first responders living with PTSD. And the project that we've kind of, our pet project, pun totally intended, is the service dog program. So we've been able to home a couple of service dogs, one with a veteran in Hamilton, Sean Mahar. 2 years ago, he was homed, or Neville was the dog that we homed with him. And he came out to visit last year with the dog, which was really cool. And then this year we homed Ajax with the Mississauga Fire Department as their facility dog. So when the firefighters are returning from a traumatic call, they can spend some time with the dog and snuggle the puppy and decompress a little bit. And we've got some studies that have shown that if you can have intervention after a traumatic event within 36 hours, your symptoms of PTSD are dramatically reduced. So just, having that snuggle with the dog and being able to just get on the floor and roll around with him. I mean, do you guys have dogs? Does anybody have? I know Gord's got Juno. I've got Lucy. She popped in just a minute ago.
Yes, I have a dog.
Right?
It's amazing what they do for your mental health.
Yeah.
They just are there for you and no judgment. And if you cry into their fur, they're not going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
It's, and so we've had the tremendous opportunity to go to National Service Dogs in Cambridge where they train these dogs, and you're just surrounded by all of these amazing puppies and the energy, and it's really quite amazing what they can do for your stress level. So that's kind of in a nutshell. I don't know, Gord, did I forget anything?
No, it's pretty much it, right? We honor, so the hero workouts we honor, we work really hard, and we've got all Canadian content. So all our heroes we honor, whether they're police, fire, EMS, Canadian veterans, it's all Canadian content. So yeah, it's something that Cheri and I worked really hard on in the past year. We've, in the past, we've had a lot of American ones, UK, Australian, all over the world, right? There's hero workouts from all different all countries. But yeah, one of the things that we're really proud of is that we've got all Canadian content.
And Danielle worked really hard. Gord's wife, Danielle, worked really hard on getting the bios written for all of those heroes. So this year, we're really trying to make it about the story. Like in most cases, these men and women were husbands and wives and daughters and sons and sisters and brothers. So Gord's wife, Danielle, worked really, really hard to dig up their stories and find out who they really were. So that's going to be a big part of this year too, is making sure that people know who the workout is for the person that we're honoring, and really think of them when the workout gets, can I swear?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Go for it.
Are we allowed to swear? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. When the workout gets really shitty and you feel horrible, like at the end of the hour, you get to go and put a fresh dry t-shirt on and have a snack and keep living your life. And these men and women they don't have that luxury. So we're just asking people to really read the stories, know who they're honoring, and think about them when the workout gets really tough.
And that's a big thing that we do at the beginning of each workout. We tell everybody the story. We say this workout is in honor of whoever it is, and we share the story with the group. And I think we've done a pretty good job of it in the past, but then I heard a coach last weekend make a comment that really hit hard. And he said, when this workout gets hard, remember, you're going to survive this workout. This person didn't. So keep that in mind and, push through, because, we're here to honor them and because they can't do it themselves anymore.
Yeah, Gord, I would be interested to hear from your perspective, obviously this is something that's very near and dear to your heart, but what does that mean to you when you get to you get to see a group of these people come in and do the workouts and honor fallen service men and women that I'm sure I know you probably know some of them personally. Is that some of the hero workouts that we're doing at the event? It
is, yeah. So, a few of my friends are honored in the hero workouts we have. And I tell you, it's really powerful. There's times throughout the year, Cheri and I spend the entire year planning this. It's not like a week, a month, or anything beforehand. This is like an entire year. And throughout the year, I get, just like anything, you get in lulls. You get ups and downs. And, there's times you feel like, man, I can't do this again. It's so much work. I run a full-time business. I've got a family.
I've got a whole bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Sherry's got a bunch of stuff going on. She's got a cat and a dog and like 4 kids and,
But fuck the cat. Really, no one really likes the cat.
Right? There's a lot going on. But then, you get to the workout and you talk about the story and share the story, or somebody comes up to you and says, hey, thanks for everything you guys do. Or, you get a text from somebody like, hey, this happened to me today. I just want to thank you guys for everything that you do. And it kind of re-energizes you like, oh man, okay, we need to keep doing this because, this is what we can do. I think Cheri and I do a really good job at this. Got a lot of bumps along the way. It's hard throughout the year, but then, when you get there and you're honoring the service member and you hear the story and then people are talking, or you have a VIP show up. We had a few moments last year at the event that, really energized things. Nicola Goddard, Captain Nicola Goddard, who was killed in Afghanistan in 2006, her sister showed up unannounced at the event last year. And that really, as much as it's an emotional time, it really re-energizes you and kind of keeps you going through the event and through the year, I guess. Before I get off on a little tangent there.
No, you're good. This is what it's about.
Cheri, part of Cheri's role is to keep me on
to reel you in, Gord.
Oh yeah, man, I get lost in a lot of tangents. I get, she jokes that she has 4 kids. I think she has 5.
6 if you count Bill.
How many?
Gord's the dreamer. And I'm the one that's like, okay, but how do the wheels hit the road if we're going to do this? Yes. So, I mean, a lot of this year, because, and I'm sure we'll get to this year is huge for us and scary. It's a bit scary this year.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the transition over the years. Obviously, it hasn't been that many years. And I had the opportunity to be part of it so did Will, actually. We both did a workout. So we had the opportunity to be part of the event last year. And I know, even from last year to this year, the jumps have been very big. So maybe take us through that part of it for you guys, because that's exciting.
So last year, kind of as we were getting closer to the event, Fanshawe College, I don't know how that connection worked. I think Gord is friends with Mark Hunter, the director of the Department of Public Safety over there at Fanshawe College. So he reached out and they kind of got connected. And Mark initially said, well, you can use our gym space last year, which is phenomenal. It's this giant 15,000 square foot space where they do the police foundations, does their training. All of the Department of Public Safety uses that gym. I joke that you could land a plane in there. It's massive. It's just giant space. And it's amazing, but it's completely empty. They have no equipment. Well, they have some equipment, but not CrossFit equipment. So part of the challenge this year has been getting the equipment to fill the space for 30 people at a time to be working out. So, 30 barbells, rowers, bikes, a rig. We got a rig. We bought a rig. So
on the Instagram page. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's super scary. So and it's just one of those things where you gotta take the leap into that expansion and just trust that the community is going to catch us.
Yes.
The transition was made basically because we were running out of space. Yes, Mark came to us, but every year it became a challenge as the event kept growing. We were like, man, love to have it bigger. How do we make this bigger and better? Because, with limited space and limited options, you can only top out your fundraising capacity to a certain number.
Right.
Right.
That was our big limiter, is when we asked ourselves how we could raise more money. We said, well, we need more people to raise more money. And if we need more people, then we need more space. And so it was just kind of this natural progression of moving into the space over at Fanshawe. So I think we could have stayed small and comfortable, but I don't know. It's just not how we roll.
Yeah. Right. And to be fair, like our hosts in the past, very generous, very supportive.
But we're disruptive.
We are, right? We come in and like, hey, we're gonna close your gym down for 2.5 days. Like you can't run your business now for the next 2.5 days. And that's, as much as everybody's supportive, and man, that's hard.
Yeah, and it's good for you guys, I think, to take that leap and just kind of maybe start to separate yourselves from, like, make it more of your event. Like, obviously, the support from the community at Movement Strength and Hybrid and all of the other gyms in London is great, and using their facilities. But I think, based off from what I'm seeing from an outside perspective, it legitimizes what you guys are doing a little bit more, right? Bringing in a bigger space, bringing in the equipment, like taking that leap. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the new format that you guys have in comparison to last year, and then maybe talk about, like, over the 24 hours, how many workouts are going on, and like how you're breaking it down this year.
So this
Gord, you want to talk about teams?
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, you talk about teams.
Oh, I've got teams. Sorry, yeah. So this year, one of the things we're doing is a new team challenge. And it got bounced around a little bit last year, and we couldn't wrap our heads around it fully. We needed time to think about it. So this year we launched it. So team of 4, it's called the All In Challenge. Teams of 4 complete all 23 workouts. Pretty simple. One athlete's always working. You can scale the workouts up or down as you need, as you see fit, because it's not a competition. It's about competing and having fun and completing the workouts in whatever manner that your body needs you to do that. So the team of 4, one athlete at a time. The teams all get like a team shirt, so they're individual colors, so they're easily recognizable. And then we've got to set up kind of like a tailgate party without the alcohol. It's a zero tolerance policy out at Fanshawe College. They're kind of militant about this one. They're coming at us hard. But it's like a big tailgate party. So it's 24 hours. You're always working through. And the challenge, I guess, really is to see how you can schedule and map things out. Maybe, if Dalton was on a team for, say, maybe you wanted to look at, okay, I can do number 1 and number 2. And then I'm off for a little bit. Maybe you do back-to-backs, or, because it doesn't really matter. You don't have to do every 4th one. You can do it however you want. And I think it's really a way to kind of bring the community together just a little bit more. And then there's people there for the whole 24 hours doing all the workouts. You get a, exclusive patch, exclusive T-shirt, banner. There's, a bunch of perks that go along with it. And the personal growth and knowledge that you've been there and completed all 24. Actually, sorry, 23. The last one honors Corporal Mark McLaren. He's a veteran of the Canadian Forces, and he was killed in Afghanistan with a friend of mine, RJ, who was also honored. And his workout is it's a doozy. So we've given 2 hours to that one.
Oh boy.
We tested it last year. I did it with a friend of mine, Justin. We went half reps, and we get capped out at 40 minutes going half reps.
Wow.
Couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. As a partnered workout, like splitting the reps in half, it still takes nearly an hour to do. So we've given 2 hours for that workout.
That's kind of you guys to give that much.
Yeah,
okay. So that being said, I don't yes, these workouts are really, really tough. They're difficult. They suck. They're hard. But they are universally scalable. Like, we are going to make sure that there is a coach for each and every workout that goes through all of the movements with everybody, that goes through all of the scaling options, so that this is approachable and doable for anyone. If you can do, the 24-hour relay kilometers for cancer, whatever, you can do this workout.
And that's the big thing, that really part of the message we want to get across is we don't want people thinking like, oh, I have to be a hardcore CrossFitter to come and do this. No, it's for everybody. We do this one workout, Constable Jennifer Kovach, who's a Guelph police officer, who's killed in the line of duty. We run that one as a family workout. We've had, moms, dads, grandmas, kids. We had, I think, 62 people do it the one year.
Yeah.
And ranges from, late 70s to, 5 and 6 year olds. It's about moving and doing whatever you can to honor them in your own way. And, the coaches are always there, able to scale and help and keep everybody safe and keep everybody moving.
Yeah, Will can attest to that. He's not a CrossFitter, and he did one last year, and he made it through.
I got some side eyes when I said that I was a power lifter. You guys have been pretty, inclusive of me, so I feel all right. But.
So your cardio is 5 reps?
Pretty much. Yeah. My cardio is
okay, so if someone doesn't want to sign up with a team, you guys obviously have other options. So what are some of the other options for people that are looking to maybe just come and do a couple workouts or one or?
So people can register, so they can go to 24hoursheroes.com, and the link is there for them to register for either a team or any of the individual workouts. The whole schedule is there. You can see the workouts and you can see what time they take place. So over the 24 hours, and sign up for an individual workout. Those are $20 each. So you can, unfortunately, the way that our registration is set up, if you want to sign up for multiple workouts, it has to be separate transactions. We weren't able to get around that. So $20 workout, sign up for as many as you like. The other option is there's a button there to just simply donate. So if someone wants to support the cause, then they can click the link for the fundraising, for our fundraising link, and just do an online donation. Donations over $20 will get a receipt from Wounded Warriors Canada.
Nice. And Wounded Warriors Canada is someone that you guys are partnering with, or you raise the money that you're raising is for them specifically? Is that kind of how it goes?
Yeah, we partnered with.
Yes and yes. Go ahead, Gord.
We partnered with them this year. We were kind of we were kind of with them the first 3 years. This year we've made it, official, I guess. We partnered with Wounded Warriors Canada. It helps us to kind of grow the program nationally as part of our goal. Wounded Warriors Canada swings a big stick around the country. They're known around the country, and it really helps us. We get some nice support from them. Steve Topham, the partnerships director, helps us out. They're carrying our registration link. They're really helping us out, and they do some amazing things for veterans and first responders. Their hashtag is in this together. So it used to be Wounded Warriors Canada was known as kind of a veteran-based support program, but now they're covering all the bases as well. So we're proud to be part of Wounded Warriors Canada. It really helps us, and it's a good fit. It's who we want to be kind of aligned with.
Awesome. And then in terms of,
and they can write all of our receipts, so we don't have to be a charity.
Yeah, because that's Cheri looked at the paperwork. You're like, woo.
So I know you guys
job.
had some cool sponsors jump on board for you guys. You want to talk a little bit about the sponsors you have for the event? I think it'd be good for them and obviously good for you guys to just talk about some of the awesome stuff you're going to have at the event.
Do you want me to take this one, Gord?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
So Movement Strength actually is one of our sponsors. They're going to be sponsoring the warm-up area. So Luke and Will and Isaac are going to be writing all of the warm-ups and having a warm-up area where people can come and get ready for the workout. So the expectation is that people will show up at the whiteboard for their workout ready to go. So there's that warm-up area there that's sponsored by Movement Strength. MHP, so Modern Health Performance. So Dr. Evan Georgievsky and his team over there they've had our back since the very beginning. So they're going to be there offering PT and massage for all of the athletes at no charge. So Juliana will be there, lots of physio, lots of body work folks to help take care of everybody should there be any aches or pains. Also, Wendy Hinton at Be Balanced Wellness. She's a wonderful massage therapist. So good. Keeps Gord on the road for sure. And again, she's been an early adopter. She's been on board since 2016, so she's going to be there as well. Black Rifle Coffee is a big sponsor. So what we've done this year and last year as well is we've sold the workouts as sponsorship spots. So people can, if they have a business or service in wherever, actually, they can sponsor a workout for $500.
Awesome.
And that gives them lots of mentions on our socials, mentions at the event, signage, like their logo goes on all of our print material. So we still have a few spots available. If anybody's interested in popping on and coming on as a sponsor for a workout, we can get in touch and hook that up. We're going to have a vendor village. So we're going to have lots of local vendors to sell their products. And we've asked them to all make it in lieu of a vendor fee. It's either a donation or like a cash donation or a donation of a prize for our raffle table. So we're going to have a huge raffle table with lots of prizes. So body care, vendor village, raffle table. We're going to have a DJ. We have a DJ for 24 hours, which is super cool. So one of our friends, Jill from I've Got Your Back 911, is DJs on the side. So she's going to hook us up with this Wheels of Steel, the ones and twos. And we're going to have a DJ there the whole time. We're going to have puppies. Ooh. National Service Dogs. Yeah, National Service Dogs is fantastic about scheduling puppies and their handlers to come in throughout the event. So before the puppies go on to their service dog training, they're homed with handlers for about 18 months. And the handlers are in charge of taking the dogs out into the public and getting them socialized and getting them sort of acclimated to not responding to people and noises. And so it's mutually beneficial. We get to snuggle the puppies and the puppies get to be conditioned. So
it's great.
There's puppies throughout the whole event. What else? Gord, am I missing anything?
I don't think so. Like, yeah, a lot of great sponsors this year. I'm going to go through the list a little bit. Greystone Custom Homes is one. Glassford Chrysler. They've come on. They've been since 2016. They've been with us as well. Steve Moore and family, one of our amazing gym members at Movement Strength. Mackenzie Lake Law. Spartan Wellness. So Spartan Wellness was started by Sean Mahar, and who is the veteran that we housed Neville with, and
Karen Biden.
Karen Bine, a friend of mine from a couple of years ago, we'll say. Yeah, so they're a veteran support group. Black Rifle Coffee. Simpsons.
Don't want to forget anyone, Gord.
Simpsons Fence is another one. Another great local London business. General Dynamics. Moffat and Powell of London, Lumberyard. A lot of pressure to go through everybody now.
I mean,
there's tons of local prize sponsors too. There's people coming on and just offering like prizes, like products and services to put on our raffle table. So
yeah, which is amazing to see, like that support from the local community. I think that's great. A lot of the sponsors you guys are obviously rattling off is all local to London. I think that's impressive to see the community there kind of rally around you guys and really try to help you make that jump to the kind of the new world that you're going into with the new facility and the new format and trying to make this thing bigger. I think that's pretty awesome.
It's overwhelming. The generosity is pretty overwhelming.
Yeah. So just to wrap up, guys, do you want to add any last words in terms of like just the event or what you want people to know if they're interested in joining or just anything about 24 Hours of Heroes?
We need a bit of help. So we have a great team of volunteers. Fanshawe Health and Fitness Promotion has, they're going to get some of the students to come out and shadow some of the workouts, so to speak. But we need coaches. So if any coaches in the city want to come out and put their names down for a couple of workouts. Gord, are you managing the coaches schedule?
Yeah.
Okay. So Gord at 24hoursofheroes.com. If you're a coach and you want to help out by leading a workout, we'd love to have you. So that's number one. Number two, we still need a little bit of equipment. So if there's any garage gyms that want to help out by, lending us a rower, or if anybody's got an assault bike, we do need a bit more equipment. We'd like to have 20 pieces of monostructural equipment. So either a rower or bike or something to that effect. If we can borrow it, we promise not to break it. We can't promise not to break it. It might get broken. All right. We'll do our best not to break it. So we need coaches, we need equipment. And if anybody wants to sponsor a workout or just click the link to donate, then we will take your money.
And athletes. And
athletes, yeah.
Athletes. And keeping in mind that, as Cheri said, like all the workouts are universally scalable. Like, we can get a power lifter out there doing CrossFit. We can get almost anybody. Right?
Exactly. That's awesome.
Under the bus there, eh? Well,
yeah. We appreciate you guys taking the time to come on. I mean, this is obviously something that I've been a part of last year, getting to do the workout, and I think it's great. And I'm excited to see what this year brings. So, I mean, I hope you guys get more coaches. We'll do our best to put out information and push stuff for you. Me and Will have a plan to try to get our community to raise some money. So we're going to do a little fundraising page to get people to donate. And then me and Will are going to do 4 of the workouts, and we're going to have like our followers select which 4 that we're going to do.
Ooh,
yeah.
That might be a bad idea, guys.
Yeah, so remember, Will's a power lifter. I'm a mediocre CrossFitter.
One of the okayest CrossFitters in the city.
So we're going to try to rally around and get some money generated for you guys. I really think that you guys are doing great things. So I'm excited to see what the event looks like. And so just to wrap up, when is the event exactly?
Oh, good question. I don't think we even said that at all. So it's November 16th and 17th. It begins on the Saturday morning. Opening ceremonies are at 10 a.m. sharp. So we're going to have some local detachments represented there. So we've got the Army, Navy, Police and Fire Pipe Band, hopefully. So the opening ceremonies are going to be a bit of a production, hopefully. So 10 a.m. sharp on the 16th, and then wrapping up at 11 a.m. on the 17th.
Awesome. Great. Sweet. All right, guys. Thank you for coming on. We really do appreciate it. And they can follow you on Instagram at 24 Hours of Heroes. And then,
yep, you got it. And 24hoursofheroes.com is our website.
Perfect. We'll link that up in the show notes for everyone to check out.
Beauty.
Sweet. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having us. Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye. All right, guys, that wraps up episode 80 of the PT Coffee Cast with Cheri and Gord from 24 Hours of Heroes. We hope this episode gave you a little more context around what the 24 Hours of Heroes event is, who they're raising money for, and all the amazing things that they're doing within the London, Ontario community. If you guys wanted to support us in any way, this would be the way to do it. Click the link in the show notes, head over there, donate whatever you can, whether it's 50 cents, a dollar, a penny, all of it goes to a great cause, and it's going to mean a lot to us and to Cheri and Gord if we could raise some money for this amazing event. Also, guys, we're going to be doing 4 of the workouts. You're going to choose which ones we're going to suffer through, so that'll be fun. Please support us. We'd really appreciate it. If you guys aren't following Gord and Cheri, check them out on Instagram at 24 Hours of Heroes, and head over to the website if you want to donate directly, 24hoursofheroes.com. If you guys want to reach out to us, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the MVMTPTs. You can reach us via email at themovementpts@gmail.com. And lastly, if you enjoyed this episode or you've taken value away from any one of our other episodes, please head over to iTunes, subscribe, leave us a review. It helps build our awareness. It helps move us up the charts of iTunes. It would mean a lot to us, guys. All right. Cheers.